Hello and welcome. Let's jump right into this. I'm Roy Dawson, your host. I've been hearing a lot of talk about who you're allowed to leave your money to when you die. And I want to be very clear. The law on this is not some vague suggestion. It's clear, it's old, and criminals hate that. Too bad. I'm not having any of it. If I'm mentally sound and acting of my own free will, it is my right to decide where every last dollar goes. Whether that's to my kids, a charity, or the homeless man on the corner who once showed me kindness. That principle is called testamentary freedom, and courts have said over and over that it is to be jealously guarded, regardless of whether anyone else thinks my decision is fair or sensible. So when I hear people whispering excuses, he drank too much, he was old, the air is homeless, he'll waste it, I know exactly what I'm listening to. An attempt to dress up greed and prejudice as concern, to pry open a closed question, and steal a dead person's last act of generosity. My answer to that is simple. Just pay it. You work your whole life, fight your battles, carry your scars, and at the end, you get one last clear decision. Who gets what you leave behind? Too many people don't realize how sacred that decision is in the eyes of the law, or how quickly others will try to correct it when they don't like your choice. If you are mentally sound and acting freely, the core rule is simple. You have the legal right to leave your money to anyone, your children, a stranger, a charity, a homeless man on the corner. Courts are not supposed to sit in judgment on whether your choice is wise, tasteful, or polite. They are supposed to ask only, did you understand what you owned? Did you know who your usual heirs were? Did you understand that this document decides who gets your property when you die? Were you free of coercion, fraud, and manipulation when you signed? If those answers are yes, your will is valid, even if your entire family hates it. So why do people think they can challenge a will that leaves a fortune to, say, a homeless man? Because the law does allow challenges on narrow grounds, lack of capacity, undue influence, fraud, or legal defects. And some people abuse that opening. They dress up greed and prejudice as concern. They say things like, he drank too much, he must have been confused, he was old, he must have been manipulated, he left it to a homeless man, that's insane, he'll blow it. But courts have long recognized that. A person can struggle with alcohol and still have testamentary capacity if at the time of signing they knew their property, their heirs, and what the will did. Being eccentric, stubborn, or unfair to family does not make a will invalid. The beneficiary's poverty, homelessness, or bad money habits do not invalidate the gift. We test the mind and freedom of the one who gives, not the worthiness of the one who receives. You also asked, isn't it the lawyer's job to make sure the money finds the rightful person and otherwise it just stays locked up? Here's how it actually works. The will drafting lawyer makes sure you understand what you're signing, that it reflects your wishes, and that legal formalities are followed. After you die, the key player is the executor, personal representative you named in your will. The executor gathers your assets, pays legitimate debts, and distributes what's left to the people you chose. The lawyer usually works for the executor. The executor's duty is to carry out your instructions, not to rewrite them based on who they think deserves the money. If there's no valid will, no clear executor, or a big family fight, money can sit in limbo or end up distributed under default state law, not your wishes. That's one reason contests and concerns can end up keeping a homeless beneficiary homeless for years while the estate is frozen. The mentality behind this doesn't stop at inheritance. The same people who think they know better than you where your money should go are often happy to decide whose voice should be heard. Online, that looks like shadow banning. You're not removed, but your visibility is quietly choked off while you're told to blame your thumbnails and timing. In the economy, it looks like people working full-time and still one paycheck from the street, told that their mindset is the problem. If they can bury your speech, they never have to hear your complaint about how close to the edge you live. Silencing the symptom is cheaper than fixing the cause. So what can you do while you're alive? Write a clear, properly executed will. Use a good estate lawyer and follow all formalities. Name a strong, trustworthy executor, someone who understands your wishes and won't be bullied. Make your intent explicit, especially for unusual gifts. A simple line like, "I knowingly and intentionally leave this gift to person of your choice. Even if others disagree, and I do so freely and without pressure, can make later challenges harder." Document your capacity if you expect fights. Sign when you're clearly lucid. In some cases, get a doctor's note confirming you're of sound mind. And if I were standing in court while people tried to block a homeless man from receiving what you left him, I'd end this way. Your Honor, this is not about whether we approve of this beneficiary. It is about whether we will honor the lawful, deliberate choice of a competent man over the disappointment of those who wish he had chosen differently. You have heard no real evidence of incapacity, no proof of fraud, no hint of coercion, only speculation and prejudice. The law does not permit us to steal a dead man's generosity because we dislike where it landed. So in the name of that law, and in respect for his final freedom, pay the man what he is owed. If anyone still wants to hunt for dirt, let them do it in their own closets, not in his legacy. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, we are here today because of a single, undeniable truth. A man works his whole life. He battles his weather, his enemies, his habits, and his own blood. He pays what he owes, he bleeds quietly, and he learns which promises break and which scars remain. And when it's all over, when his hands are no longer strong and his mornings grow harder, he is owed one final right. The right to decide on his own terms who gets what he leaves behind. And that decision is not a favor. It's not a family vote. It's not a popularity contest held after the funeral. It is his right. And the law, if it does its job, honors that right. The law is not here to judge fairness. It's not here to ask if the decision was wise. The law is here to ask, did the man know what he owned? Did he know who he was leaving it to? Did he understand that death gives paper a voice? Was his mind clear when he made the decision? If the answer to those questions is yes, then the will stands. End of story.